Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today as we run through a rapid fire of top tips to enhance your sales event conversions. We've got a lot to run through today. So while we're waiting, let's take a look at that registration question. Thank you so much for filling this one in. What hinders your shoppers in finding the right products during online sales events? Some really great responses here. So drilling into this a little bit further, things like managing the volume of new styles launched weekly and sale products aren't popular enough for customers to find them immediately. Really looking at that merchandising, automated merchandising, which Mike will drill into, showing that right product to the right shopper at the right time. As well as then that helping understanding our full range and which product is right for them. That speaks to that merchandising and personalization experience on site. Some great navigational callouts, product filters, search filtering, as well as that search relevancy piece as well. So we know that shoppers using search typically convert at a higher rate if they can get to those right products really quickly. A quick round of intros. I'm Alex Ross. Joining me today is Michael Smedley. We're both e-commerce business development managers here at Searchspring. As you can see, there are some QR codes on that screen, so please feel free to scan these, grab our contact details so we can have a bit more of a chat. Today, we're going to run through how we can improve product discoverability on site for those quick wins, especially as we go into that peak retail period. So we'll dive into those real-world examples of how industry-leading e-commerce stores are using search, merchandising, and personalisation tactics to boost sales. With that, Mike, I'll hand over to you to jump into those search tactics.
So jumping right in, the first client example I wanted to look at is Dish. And the first thing to touch on is search autocomplete. So the first step for any customer interacting with search on site. So I've input dress, a fairly standard search. And you can see that we're looking at this autocomplete tool, and this is the standard Searchspring autocomplete. So the functionality you'll be able to get yourself if you were to use Searchspring. So you can see, first of all, these popular search terms. Then we have these different different tiled approaches, so different categories, and then we have filters like color and size. So it's really easy for me as a shopper to hover over my preferred color or hover over my preferred size and get a curated list of products. So you can see I could drill down to 130 on results if I pick my size, versus if I hover over that standard search and I just input dress and clicked enter, I'd be looking at more than double. So very easy to drill down from the autocomplete. Then looking at the search relevancy of Searchspring, if I search for white dress on a brand like Dish, as I'm sure you'd be aware, that have a lot of white items and a lot of dresses. So the important thing here is that we can drill down on this search and return only white dresses rather than returning other types of dress or other white items. And as I scroll down, you can see that we're 100% on that search relevancy. We're returning a fantastic relevancy and just picking up all of those white items. The next example is in the homewares and furniture space. So looking at West Elm, if I click in here, the first thing I want to show is that autocomplete. So you can see they're using the same format. However, they have their own specific requirements. So they've got their own specific items, so specific filters here. So inventory availability. West Elm does a lot of made to order items. So I can look at made to order only or items that are in stock if I'm in more of a rush. And again, that's that full dynamic autocomplete. But then looking at search relevancy, I've searched for sofa, returning 72 relevant products as I scroll down. The important thing as well to mention is that we are powering their filtering and their sort options. That's for search as well as those collections. And you can see again that made to order versus in stock, as well as some other detailed filtering like color, materials, collections, and so on. Now, I just want to quickly draw your attention, 72 products. This ordering. If I jump across to couch, you can see I'm returning the exact same ordering, the exact same number of products. That's because West Elm was using synonyms really well to ensure a cohesive shopping experience, no matter what naming convention you use. Obviously, everyone uses a different word for a couch or a sofa. So no matter what you do, you're going to return that same result. And then my final search example, another fantastic customs and one of my favorites is Rip Curl. So jumped in, I'm searching for men's wetsuit. Again, just looking at those men's items here. So keeping that super relevant. If I go and search for just wetsuit, for example, I can then able to see again those men's items, but then I start to get other start to get women and kids as well. So that mixed approach. I'll hand over now to Alex, who's going to touch on inline banners and how that works with the customer experience.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. So jumping straight away into beginning boutique. So looking at banners at that top of the page firstly, but also noticing here that I'm on a search result page. So really looking at banners on your search results, your collections through outside to really drill down into those promotions that you've got during that peak retail period. So at the moment, we've got this deal, 3 dresses for $99. It's at the top of the page. As I start to scroll down within these results, see they're using things like badges to further promote those promotions, and then also inline banners, again, to really get that visibility on those promotions. As I start to scroll down a little bit further, they're also using inline banners to promote that free gift and any further call outs there too. Jumping now over to Age Athletica, they do a really beautiful job of using inline banners and also badges to complement that promotion. So at the moment, they've got this Get the Set, using that inline banner and also redirecting that as well to that promotion page, as well as having those badges to complement that offering. A little bit more of a pared down example, jumping onto Whitner, using our inline banners to promote their Click Frenzy sale at the moment. And then if we jump onto one of their collections now, their Metallics collection, using inline banners, it's in the form of video content to really drive home that new product and that branding there too. So we're seeing video content grow in popularity as you bring that kind of homepage experience across site and not just on those collections and homepage experiences. My last one for banners, really great experience here, C Foley. Scrolling down, they're using our inline banners to promote their offering with Refunded. So we're seeing clients really drill down into promoting their returns, their shipping, any of these call outs to encourage that purchase behavior, especially during that peak retail period.
Given you're on the topic of returns, I thought I'd quickly just touch on as well. You can see I'm searching now for returns on Rip Curl. If I search for that, we have redirects as well as those synonyms. So just returning to that returns policy, just continuing on what Alex was saying about that. Moving on to merchandising, on Rip Curls, just staying on there for a second, on that wetsuit search, you can see that they're promoting those full price items as well as those marquee full wetsuits rather than accessories or tops or bottoms. So really focusing on keeping the average order value up by promoting those primary wetsuit items. Jumping across to St. Frock, for a couple of things to mention here. Alex talked about badges just then, so you can see those new badges. So the first thing to note is that they're promoting new products. They have a ton of great releases coming out, so they want to promote those new products. They know their shoppers are looking for that. So new products at the top, and then they're also promoting products with strong size curve availability as well. So as I scroll down, you can see that all of these top items are in stock and they are just landed. And you can see as I continue, that continues. I'll just skip ahead because there's quite a wide range of releases. But as I come down past that, you can see once we run out of new products, we then default to the next layer in the merchandising, which is best sellers. So best sellers being promoted after that, and then back in stock, being that pseudo new product that's returned to availability. Final quick example on merchandising is the upside, similar in that we're looking at these new products at the top. And again, you can see that size curve available to add to bag. And again, banners like Alex was talking about, but as I come down, just promoting those new products to the top of results and really focusing on that.
So I'm talking about product recommendations here, starting on that collection experience. So a lot of products on Baby Boo here on their dresses collection, as Mike was saying as well, elevating those new products to the top with strong size curve availability. But scrolling down here to that bottom of that collection, we think you'll love. So really pulling out those trending products, those most popular, relevant to what I'm looking at on site, to cut down that search and that navigation without having to navigate across that wider collection. As I navigated across site looking at different types of products, this we think you'll love updated as well. Jumping now over into the PDP on Adorn Mon. So this enamel earring set, scrolling down, starting off with this really beautiful curated shop the look. So calling out that shop the look, what what goes with these complementary products to grow that average order value and also improve navigation. But then looking at these automated merchandising in terms of automated personalization in terms of customers also viewed. So showing products that are similar in nature and then showing me looks adornable with that complementary piece to really grow that average order value. Also really great use of badges here to promote those call outs and offers. Then jumping over to a completely different product here, this Emerald Huggy set, you can see that shopper looks updating to be more relevant. Those customers also viewed automatically updates as well as that looks adornable with. So really great experience, a lot of products to navigate really easily and quickly too. Jumping now over to Kookeye. So this Oyster vest top, scrolling down, they've also got that outfitting, that styled with piece here, as well as this automated, you may also like, making sure you show me hyper relevant suggestions to what I'm currently looking at on site. Then as I navigate across site, that styled with piece updates, as does that you may also like, and my recently viewed begins to update. And then if I jump over to a different product, you can see here, we don't have that outfitting, so that automatically drops up, and you've got that you may also like, that's updating to be more relevant again. And then the last piece of the puzzle is looking at those cart level recommendations. So really great opportunity to boost that average order value. Kookeye is showing those similar products here. What have other shoppers that have also purchased this dress gone on to purchase? But if I jump over to Age Athletica again, really using that bag cart level recommendations to show those complementary products that are of that lower price point to really quickly grow that average order value with that bundling there too.
I'm now just going to look at some of the key functions on Searchspring that relate to what we've shown you today on live sites. So looking at the zero result search, so this is really useful for any of those different naming conventions that aren't coming up. So things like that sofa versus couch potentially, where it's not a misspelling, but it's a different term. Very easy to come in and identify any of those zero result searches, identify the number of times they've searched, and then create a synonym or a redirect directly. So moving on to that, if I jump into the site customizations and look at adding synonyms, really easy to add that in. The example I had before, like sofa, couch, recliner, for example, that's going to group all those products together. Likewise as well, in that fashion example, you can see like t-shirt, crew, tee and v-neck. Very easy to get that cohesive shopping experience no matter what your customer is shopping. And then redirects as well. So on Rip Curl, we had returns. They've also got things like shipping and sizing guides as well, all set up on site. It's a really great experience there. In terms of merchandising, before I jump into an actual campaign, the first thing I want to mention is that we do have geographic location-based merchandising for Australia, and for those of you selling into the US and Canada, state-based merchandising there. But this is really powerful, and we're seeing a huge uptick from this for our customers that are selling into multiple states, just because the buying profile for a customer tends to differ quite a bit if you're in fashion, if you're in Queensland in winter versus if you're in Melbourne or Sydney in winter, right? So being able to geo-merchandise and recommend those different types of items is really powerful for our customers. So I thought I'd highlight that for you. Jumping into an individual campaign, I've gone to an all dresses campaign example, much like the example we showed on St. Frock. Couple of key things to note. Boosting, this is where we control those rules that you saw on site. So in order of priority, I have boosting in-stock products. So looking at that strong size curve availability. So not a linear, does it have stock or not? It's based on size curve, newness, and then in this case, you could say I'm also running seasonality. But if I go in and I change from say 30 days to 14 days, I can see the updates there and I can update that there. And then as well, I can then subsort products that are in stock, under 14 days old and seasonality summer. I'm then subsorting by best selling as well. And the other quick thing I'll mention is that we could boost on anything we're pulling in through the data feed. So no matter what your platform of choice is, we can pull that data in and we can use it. You can see, for example, what collection it's in, things like colors. For those of you with multi-brand, brands, and so on, we can use all those data points to boost on and merchandise on. So really powerful in terms of how we do that. In terms of recommendations, so some of those that Alex showed, you saw a bunch of those placements. So those homepage recommendations, of course, recommendations on the PDP, the order confirmation page, so checkout, and then checkout, a basket as in that cart level upsell. And then any other page on site in terms of recommendation placement makes it really easy to control where you want to put Searchspring recommendations. And then the final thing to quickly touch on is we have 8 different types of recommendations. So automated cross-sell based on what the item is, and that's complemented by cart level cross-sell, similar recommendations for those similar products, Cookeye, as Alex showed, fantastic example. And then things like recently viewed, those personalized recommendations, and then best sellers as well. So full control and a wide range of carousels to use. We've covered a few key areas we think Searchspring can give brands a competitive advantage, and of course covering off what we talked about, so that full on-site search experience, the full merchandising experience across search results and collections, and then that full personalization to your shopper as well as recommendations as well. And of course, the goal behind this is to find the right products faster for them and for the brand, seeing an increased conversion rate across site and seeing that increased average order value, really focusing on improving those metrics for you.